Hello, and welcome to Podcast for English. My name is Linda. I'm really happy you're here today. This channel is for people who want to learn English in a simple and natural way. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need to understand every word. You only need to listen. You can listen while you rest. You can listen while you work. You can listen while you live your daily life. Take a deep breath, relax your body, clear your mind. Now, let's begin today's English lesson together. In today's podcast, we are talking about listening. Not long listening, not difficult listening. Small daily listening. Today's topic is simple. Small daily listening can change your English. Many people believe they need long study hours to improve. They think, if I don't study a lot, nothing will change. But this belief often creates pressure, and pressure makes learning hard. This podcast is here to show you something different. Today, we are not talking about studying harder. We are talking about listening a little every day, just a few minutes. This episode is for you if you feel busy. It is for you if you feel tired. It is for you if you feel guilty for not studying enough. Small daily listening does not ask for much. It does not ask for perfect focus. It does not ask for long time. It only asks for consistency. Listening a little each day helps your brain stay connected to English. You do not start again from zero every time. You keep the door open. This is important because language needs contact, not force. In this podcast, we will talk about why small listening works, how it helps your brain, and why it feels easier than studying a lot. You do not need to change your life today. You only need to understand one idea. Small daily listening is enough to create change. As you listen, you do not need to take notes. You do not need to remember everything. You only need to listen calmly. Let this idea settle slowly. Small listening every day. This is how English begins to change. Daily listening works better than long study sessions. Not because long study is bad, but because the brain learns better with rhythm. Many people study English once or twice a week. They study for many hours. They feel tired. They feel overloaded. Then they stop. The next time they study, they feel lost again. Daily listening does not create this feeling. Listening every day, even for a short time, keeps English familiar. Familiar language feels safe. Safe learning works better. The brain likes repetition. Not heavy repetition, gentle repetition. Daily listening gives the brain small reminders. I have heard this before. This sound is familiar. These reminders build comfort. Comfort builds understanding. Long study sessions often create pressure. You feel that you must learn a lot. You feel that time is limited. This pressure makes the brain tense. A tense brain does not learn well. Daily listening removes this pressure. You are not trying to finish something. You are just listening. This relaxed state helps the brain absorb language. Another reason daily listening works is memory. The brain remembers better when learning is spread out. This is called spacing. Listening a little today and again tomorrow is more powerful than listening a lot once. Daily listening also builds habit. You do not need motivation. Small listening reduces pressure. And when pressure is lower, fear becomes smaller. Many people feel pressure when learning English. They feel they must understand everything. They feel they must remember every word. This pressure makes the body tense. A tense body creates fear. Small daily listening changes this feeling. Because the time is short, the pressure is low. You are not trying to finish a lesson. You are not trying to be perfect. You are just listening for a few minutes. This feels safe. Safety is important because the brain learns best when it feels safe. Small listening also changes expectations. You do not expect big results. You do not expect fast progress. You only expect to listen. This simple goal removes fear. Fear often comes from high expectations. When expectations are lower, fear has less space. Small listening also helps you stay present. You are not thinking about the future. You are not thinking about tests or mistakes. You are only listening to sound and meaning. This calm attention relaxes the brain. Relaxed brains understand more. Another reason small listening reduces fear is control. You know you can stop soon. You are not trapped. This sense of control calms the nervous system. When the nervous system is calm, learning feels easier. Over time, fear changes. Listening no longer feels dangerous. It feels familiar. And familiar things do not create fear. Small listening does not remove fear all at once, but it slowly softens it. Each calm listening moment teaches the brain English is safe. And when the brain learns this lesson, pressure fades, fear fades, and English starts to feel lighter. Daily listening builds understanding naturally, not by force, not by memorizing, but by exposure. When you listen every day, your brain hears patterns. You hear how sentences move. You hear how words connect. At first, you may not notice this. Understanding grows quietly. The brain does not learn language by thinking hard. It learns by noticing again and again. Daily listening gives the brain many chances to notice. You hear the same sounds. You hear similar phrases. Each time they feel more familiar. Familiar language is easier to understand. This understanding does not feel sudden. It feels slow, but it is real. Another reason daily listening works is context. You hear words inside real sentences. You hear meaning inside stories. This helps the brain connect sound with meaning. You do not need to translate. You feel the meaning. Feeling meaning is stronger than remembering rules. Daily listening also allows mistakes. You do not need to understand everything. You miss some words. You still understand the idea. This trains your brain to focus on meaning, not perfection. Perfection creates pressure. Meaning creates flow. Daily listening also builds intuition. You begin to feel what sounds right. You may not know the rule, but you recognize the sound. This is natural learning. This is how children learn. Adults can learn the same way. Daily listening keeps the process gentle. Gentle learning lasts longer. When understanding grows naturally, English feels less heavy. You stop forcing comprehension. You allow it to arrive. And when understanding arrives on its own, it stays. This is why small daily listening builds understanding naturally. Consistency matters more than intensity. Many people believe they must study very hard to improve English. They push themselves. They study for long hours. They feel exhausted. This intensity does not last. After a few days, they stop. And when they stop, English disappears from their life. Consistency works differently. Consistency means showing up again. Even when you feel tired, even when you feel busy, even when you feel unmotivated, you do not do a lot, you do a little. A few minutes of listening, one short episode, one calm moment. This small action keeps English alive. The brain likes regular contact. When English appears every day, the brain accepts it as normal. Normal things do not create stress. Intensity creates pressure. Pressure makes learning heavy. Consistency creates calm. Calm allows learning. Another reason consistency matters more is memory. The brain remembers better when learning is repeated over time. Listening today and again tomorrow builds stronger memory than listening for hours. Once, consistency also builds trust. You trust yourself because you keep a promise to yourself. This trust is important because learning is a long journey. Consistency also protects you from guilt. You do not feel bad for missing long study sessions. You only focus on today's small listening. This feels achievable. Achievable habits last longer. Over time, consistent listening changes your relationship with English. English becomes familiar. English becomes friendly. Not something you fight, something you return to. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. Small listening. Every day. This is how real change happens. Small listening fits easily into daily life. This is one of its strengths. Many people think learning English needs special time. They think, I must sit down. I must focus for a long time. This idea makes learning feel heavy. Small listening changes that. You do not need a special place. You do not need a quiet room. You only need a few minutes. You can listen while walking, while cooking, while resting. English becomes part of life, not a separate task. This makes learning easier because life does not stop. Small listening moves with your life. When learning fits life, it lasts longer. Another reason small listening fits well is flexibility. If you miss one day, it is not a big problem. You do not feel guilty. You simply return the next day. This removes pressure. Pressure often breaks habits. Small listening keeps habits gentle. Gentle habits are easier to keep. Small listening also fits your energy. On busy days, you listen less. On calm days, you listen a little more. There is no rule. This freedom makes learning sustainable. Sustainable learning creates long-term change. Another benefit is emotional comfort. You are not forcing yourself. You are not fighting time. You are simply listening. This creates a calm feeling. Calm learning helps the brain stay open. When the brain is open, understanding grows. Over time, small listening becomes automatic. You do not think about it, you just do it. English becomes familiar. And when English is familiar, learning feels natural. This is why small listening fits daily life so well. It respects your time. It respects your energy. It respects your life. And because of that, it works. Small daily listening builds confidence over time. Not fast confidence, not loud confidence, quiet confidence. Many people think confidence comes from speaking well. They think, when I can speak, I will feel confident. But confidence does not start with speaking. It starts with comfort. Small daily listening creates comfort. When you hear English every day, it stops feeling strange. Strange things create fear. Familiar things create calm. Calm is the base of confidence. Small listening also removes pressure. You are not performing. You are not being tested. You are only listening. This allows your mind to relax. A relaxed mind builds trust. Trust says, I can stay. I can continue. This trust is confidence. Another reason small listening builds confidence is repetition. Each time you listen, you succeed. You did it. You showed up. These small successes add up. They tell your brain, I am consistent. I do not quit. This message is powerful because confidence is built from proof. Proof that you can continue. Small daily listening also changes your self-image. You stop seeing yourself as someone who avoids English. You start seeing yourself as someone who listens. This identity changes behavior. When you believe I am a listener, you act like one, and confidence follows action. Confidence also grows because fear is reduced. Listening every day teaches the brain that English is safe. Safe learning does not create fear. Without fear, confidence has space. This confidence does not disappear easily because it is built slowly. Slow confidence is strong confidence. It does not depend on mood. It does not depend on perfect days. It depends on habit, and habits last. This is why small daily listening builds long-term confidence. Not suddenly, but steadily. And that confidence changes everything. Small daily listening changes your English slowly. Not in one day, not in one week, but it changes it. Many people look for big results. They want to feel a clear moment of success. But language change does not work like that. It works quietly. Small daily listening keeps English close. It does not let distance grow. Distance makes learning hard. Closeness makes learning easier. Each day you listen, your brain stays connected. You do not start from zero. You continue from yesterday. This continuity is powerful. Small daily listening also changes how English feels. English stops feeling like a problem. It starts feeling like a sound you know, a rhythm you recognize. This feeling matters because feeling comes before ability. When English feels familiar, your mind opens. When the mind opens, learning happens. Small daily listening also changes your reaction. Before, you felt nervous. Now, you feel calmer. Before, you wanted to avoid. Now, you can stay. These changes may feel small, but they are important because they show that fear is leaving. And when fear leaves, ability appears. Small daily listening also builds patience. You stop rushing. You stop asking, why am I not fluent yet? You start trusting the process. Trust reduces pressure. Pressure blocks learning. Small daily listening creates a new relationship with English, a relationship based on calm, based on presence, based on habit. Over time, this relationship changes results. You understand more, you remember more, you feel more confident, not because you tried harder, but because you stayed. Small daily listening does not ask for perfection. It asks for return. Return every day, even briefly. This return creates change, slow change, but real change. And real change lasts. This is how small daily listening changes your English. Quietly, gently, every day. You've reached the end of today's episode. Before you leave, I want you to remember one simple thing. You did something good for yourself today. You listened. You stayed. You didn't give up. And that matters. Learning English is not about being fast. It is not about being perfect. It is about showing up again and again. Some days will feel easy. Some days will feel hard. Both are normal. Progress does not always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels quiet. Sometimes you don't notice it at all. But learning is still happening. Every minute you listen, your ears are learning new sounds. Your mind is learning new patterns. Your confidence is growing, even if you cannot see it yet. You don't need to push yourself. You don't need to compare yourself to others. You are on your own path, and your pace is enough. Let English be part of your daily life. Listen while you rest. Listen while you work. Listen while you live your normal day. If this episode helped you feel calmer, more focused, or more motivated, then your time here was well spent. Come back when you can. Come back when you need a quiet space to learn. My name is Linda, and this is Podcast for English. Thank you for learning with me. Until next time, keep going and never give up. Believe in yourself, because you are stronger than you think.